And we are live. Good morning. Good morning, YouTube. Hello, hello. My name is Cindy, and I'm on my way to school. And I'm just getting onto the highway now. We're traveling. So we had some snow, so you can see in my camera that we have snow. Wow, there's usually not much traffic on this road. So yeah, we're on our way to school. We had snow on Tuesday, and so we actually had a snow day on Tuesday also. Nobody wants to let me go. It's very unusual to have traffic on this spot right here. And here we go. Okay. So we're headed out to school, and I hope you're doing well. It is 31 degrees. It was about 28 degrees when I first got started. And so we're on our way. Thank you for coming to my channel. One of the reasons why I started this car chat was to show what it's like in New Hampshire, like kind of during the foliage changes, and to share that. And now it just kind of keeps continuing. So today we're doing a car chat with the snow. Yesterday it was much sunnier. Tuesday we had snow like all day long. And then Wednesday we had sun. So it melted the roads. The roads were clear the day after the snow. So it was really interesting. I actually made a little video of that. It was really pretty. And today it is very cloudy, so I'm not sure if we're supposed to get more snow or not, but it's very overcast, so we don't have any bright sun right now. But we do have white, and you can tell that it's not fresh. It's a little bit getting brown already, especially on the highway. So it's December. So how are you guys? Please post below. Let me know how you're doing. And I guess it's time to get ready for Christmas. Yeah, it's a little hard because we have family all over the place. We have a large family, so what we've been doing the last few years is we do the Elfster. So we have all of our names in the Elfster app or whatever it is. And then we let it mix us all up, and then it spits out our Elfster person. And that's just for the adults. The little kids, most of us just buy them something. So the little kids have, hopefully we can all give them something. Right now I have 5 grandkids from one family, 2 from one family, 1 and 1. So that's 9. So I have 9 grandkids right now. So that's a lot for my mom though, because she's got 13 of us, my kids, plus spouses. So it's a lot to try to keep up with. But, so we do the Elfster with our adult family, and this year it's a $50 gift. And but it's totally at your discretion. We try to get something that the person really wants. And the Elfster's cool because you can go in and do a wish list, so you can pick something off their wish list also. So that's really fun. Or they can do the Amazon wish list or something like that. So that is really fun, and that is a good way to do it. So that's what we do in a large family. It works well, and then we don't have to worry about giving everybody some little thing, or we don't have to feel like we're not doing anything. We can do our part. And also, if you do it on Amazon, you get free shipping, so that's a good thing too. yesterday I sent out a sweatshirt for my daughter because she left it, it's a long story, she left it at my mom's house. Just a sweatshirt, and it cost me $11 to put it in a paper envelope and send it. Cost $11. And I had mail for my other daughter, and it cost me like $2 just to send her mail back that came to my house. So shipping is expensive. So I don't know. I know some people don't want to see Amazon get a monopoly and, you know, get all the attention, but you can get a gift and you can save on shipping. So I do that a lot for birthdays. I just sent my granddaughter, who turned 1, I sent her a gift through Amazon. I think it's called Miss Rachel or something, and she sings some songs and she talks. So I was thinking that might be cute for a 1-year-old. A talking doll. So yeah, my mom was pretty good about giving my older girls gifts because, I don't know, I think she just loved buying fun gifts for kids. And she's not really doing that anymore. Last year I helped her make Christmas cards, but I don't even think she remembers it. But my father was really good about giving Christmas cards every single year. And my mom wasn't the one who did that kind of stuff. And she still gets cards, but I think because my dad did it so much, he got return cards. And now that he's not doing it, she doesn't get as many cards back. So I thought, you know, let's have a year where she gives Christmas cards. So yeah, we are headed to school today, and I'm on my way, and I just thought I would say hello to my friends on YouTube. Good morning. It is 32 degrees, so it's going up. It was like 28 degrees when I first started. So thanks for watching. Thanks for the thumbs up. We got snow on Tuesday, so we had a snow day, and then yesterday we did a half a day. So I went in later after, but the roads were perfectly fine. It's amazing how quickly they can get the roads cleared. And plus we did have sun yesterday. Today it's very overcast, so it's not as sunny. So we're on our way to school, and you know, I try to think of a couple of different topics to talk about while we're driving. And one thing I was reading about the other day was the idea that kids are not learning to read. And this one article was all about one of the principals that a friend of mine knows, and he said that he doesn't even know how to teach kids how to read. So how can he help kids? How can he help the schools get the right curriculum if he doesn't even know how to teach them how to read? Weird. So it could be a problem if we don't know how to teach kids how to read. You know, that could be a reason why they're not learning how to read. Just, you know, throwing it out there. So I have homeschooled, and I will admit I've had a couple kids that I thought, nothing I do is helping them learn how to read. What's going on? And there are kids that have difficulty with either dyslexia or other issues with reading. But it doesn't mean they can't learn how to read. It just means maybe they need a different approach to reading, or maybe they have to try harder, do it differently than most of the kids. But I did homeschool for many years, and then when I went back to school, I taught for a small Christian school, and I taught first, second, third grade combination class. And every single one of those kids learned how to read. And we used the phonics books. You teach the letters, you teach the sounds, and then you teach them 3-letter words. You teach them how to sound out. And if at any point they aren't learning how to read, you can stop and you can say, okay, this kid needs some different approach or something. But all the kids learned how to read. We did all the readers, and we still had a few weeks left at the end of school. There is a way to teach children how to read. There are lots of ways, actually. And some kids learn by phonics. Some kids, maybe phonics doesn't make sense, and they need to do sight reading type approach. But I was watching a video where they were showing the kid pictures and telling them not to look at the word, look at the picture. I mean, that was just kind of weird. You got to learn how to read the words because you're not always going to have pictures. So I do believe that we are in a troubled time because we have the money, we have the resources, we have the knowledge, and if we are failing, something is wrong with our methods. That's my opinion. So I'm in New Hampshire, and yes, we had snow on Tuesday. We actually had a snow day. And when I got up, I thought, oh, it's not going to snow much. It was just like a little dusting, and then it stopped, actually. I went out, ran an errand, and then came back, and then it started snowing, like a lot. We ended up having to go out in the snowstorm to my mother's house and over the river and through the woods to grandmother's house we go. And we had to help her do a couple things, and then we came back in the snowstorm. And then it snowed all night. So it was pretty bad during the night, but it was amazing because everything was cleared up by Wednesday. So we had a 2-hour delay, and it worked out. So I'm headed off to school. I actually teach math, so I teach Algebra 1 and geometry. And I really appreciate the opportunity. I'm really thankful for my job. It's a Christian school, so we do have rules. Kids are admonished to sit quietly and listen and do their work. So it's different than what we might hear about in some of the city schools and stuff like that. So it's actually a really pleasant place to be, and I'm really thankful for the opportunity that I have to teach there. And I believe that in our whole country we're having problems with schools in general, behavior, we know this. We're having trouble teaching children and teaching them reading, writing, and arithmetic. And it's been a steady slide downward for the last several years. And it's interesting because the ability of students is going down, but the price of education is going up. So that's interesting. I do kind of live near Harvard, and I was just reminded the other day that if the family income is $200,000 or less, the student can get a free education at Harvard. Not sure what you have to do to qualify, but that's an option. And there are benefits for kids to get education. One of my daughters, she is actually graduating from college this year. Well, she has one more semester, and her education will be paid for by the Chipotle company. She's worked for Chipotle all this time, and they have a pay for your education plan. So I don't know how many people actually do that, but I'm really proud of her for all that hard work. It's been an amazing journey. She did homeschool all the way through. She didn't always like it, and she had her struggles, but she's almost done with college, so very exciting. And then my youngest boy, he is a senior this year, and he's almost done with his high school. So he's trying to figure out what he wants to do next year, whether he goes to college or if he works a job and just, tries to save up money. Finding a company that will help with your education cost is a really smart way to do it, because then you don't end up with a big bill at the end. My daughter will be done college and she will have no debt, so that's pretty cool. And so we're on our way to school. And I can't say, that kids are really excited about learning math, which is kind of sad. Like, they kind of make it known that they don't like math at all. And most people don't, but it's kind of sad because it's actually a fun topic. And just moving numbers around and seeing if you can get the right answer. And it's kind of like what's that word? When people go to those places and they try to figure out the puzzle, and they escape room. It's like an escape room every day. See if you're going to get the right answer. And so I think it's really fun. So we're doing linear equations, where these equations, if you graph them, they are a straight line. But you can solve systems of equations where they intersect, and you got to figure out what that point of intersection is. And then there's also, for geometry, we're doing proofs, and we're talking about different shapes, and we have theorems and proofs, and we're just working through the book little by little. And it's been interesting. It's fun to see the kids just mature. Like, at the beginning of the year, they act like they can't do it. I can't do it, it's so hard. And then at the point we're at right now, there's still new stuff to learn. It's still hard, but you can see that they have learned since the beginning of the year. So that's really exciting. And it's amazing to see the growth in their intellectual knowledge. And then we have Christmas break starting in December, I think the 18th or the 19th. And then we have a few weeks off. Then once we come back, we're going to have what we call ski clubs. So every Monday will be, they're going to go to the ski hill and they're going to do some skiing. So that should be fun for them. I don't know. I went skiing a couple years ago, and I loved it. My problem was when I fell down, it was hard to get back up. So I could tell my body is not as, able to get back up. So I decided maybe I won't be going skiing, although it was beautiful. I loved it. Maybe I will at some point. I need to get into shape. Maybe I'll join the gym, get back into shape, and then go skiing before the end of the ski year. They go to a moderate ski area. It's not like a really huge ski place. So it's doable. And there were several older people that went to that ski place that go there. Maybe they're retired and they go there regularly. They're in shape, obviously. But one time, because the teenagers, they all went off by themselves, so I was coming down and I fell and I was fine, but nobody was helping me up. So then I was like, okay, I'm on the side of the hill. That was the hard part. You're on the side of a hill, not just getting up, but you're on the side of a hill. So I wore skis, and when you get your skis on and you're trying to maneuver all that, it was kind of difficult. But the skiing, I went skiing all day. It was really fun. It was the 2020 to 2021 school year that I went skiing a few times. I think I went like 3 times. And I hadn't gone in like a lot of years. And so my kids were really surprised that I could do it. If I had a friend to do it with, that would be more fun, but just doing it by myself, because I went with the teenagers, it was gorgeous, it was fun, I loved it, but I think I would have enjoyed it more or been more likely to go back with urgency if I had a friend to go with. So anyway, that's my story about the skiing. So they have skiing club, they have basketball practice, they have ski club, and lots of activities. And this is the last year my son will be in school. So things will change for me. And it's kind of nice when, I had children. I have 13 children. So I've been doing this for 37 years. My oldest is 38. Okay, so 38 years. Most people, you don't keep going with kids for 38 years. So I don't even know what it's going to be like, but it might be nice not to be running around. But I miss the faces of my people, they get busy. They get busy, and then they, have other things to do, new adventures, and that's the hard part about being the mom. But then I do have grandkids, so I need to save time for them too. But some of them live far away from me, so I can't really just go visit them, so I might have to get on a plane and stay with them for a while. I'm not exactly sure how things are going to go going forward. Life is an open door at my age. Yeah. So anyway, I'm going to school, and it's not snowing, so I'm glad for that. We're headed to school. The roads are clear, but we do have some snow. It is a little bit cold. It's 32 degrees right now in New Hampshire. And the white is kind of nice. It kind of covers everything, and people in New Hampshire, we just hunker down and endure the cold. We get used to it. I'm surprised. It's like you have a busy life as it is, and then you have to fight the elements. But I guess that's how life is. So thank you guys for coming. Thank you for the thumbs up. Thank you for coming to my channel. Thank you for your support. Oh yeah, cars have heaters. It's actually too hot because I have my coat on and I've got the heater. So sometimes you turn it down because you get all bundled up to go outside, and then you go in the car. I'm actually looking, I don't have car seat heaters, and I would like to get some because I don't have a heated car seat. Some cars have the heated, oh, excuse me. Some cars have a heated seat. People are very impatient. Can't even think about doing anything but looking at the light, making sure that you start the second that light turns green. All right, well, thank you so much for coming to my channel. I hope you enjoy the scenery. You can see that when it stays cold, the snow will stay on the trees. If it's warmer, the snow will melt, so you know that it's been cold if you still 2 days later, you're seeing snow stuck to the trees. But in December, we could have a warm up and we could get warmer weather that melts the snow. And that's been known to happen in New Hampshire. We can go from warm to cold, to warm, to cold, to warm. We just never know. Now, I lived in Wisconsin for a little while, and once it gets cold there, it stays cold. In New Hampshire, it can go up and down. It's kind of nice. It doesn't stay cold for the entire winter. We can have some warm days. So today right now it's to 31. And we are headed to school, and we're almost there. So thank you so much for coming to my video. Thank you for coming to chat. Please post below, where are you from? And how are you today? What's the temperature where you live? And do you drive to work? Or do you work online? How far is your commute? I take about 40 minutes to get to school. So, okay, thank you. I'll talk to you later.